What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as we know, the Atlanta Hawks have had some drama between Nate McMillan and Trae Young a little bit this season, and it looks like the Hawks have finally picked on who they're gonna, side with. So now that Nate McMillan has been dismissed, I want to go ahead and jump into 2K and fix the Atlanta Hawks in today's rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. 29-30 on the season right now. The Atlanta Hawks went out and got DeJounte Murray this offseason, which I do like. Now, the last time I did a Hawks rebuild, I actually went and traded away Trae Young in that video. Today, I actually kind of want to keep building around this backcourt. I love Murray next to him, one of the better perimeter defenders as a guard in the NBA. Trae Young obviously being one of the worst, if not the worst, perimeter defender with how small he is. But we all know what he brings on the offensive end. One thing we need to do before we go further, and that is go ahead and fire Nate McMillan. Now, Joe Prunty is going to serve as the actual head coach for the rest of the season, interim head coach. And of course, they're going to probably go out there and hire someone else once they get to that point. So I'll fix that here in a second. But for the rest of the season, the simulation is going to look, I guess I can't look at it yet, but simulation or the rotation, I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now. And then once we get in the off season, we're really going to start making our changes on this Hawks squad, because like I said, this team needs a little bit of work. There's still some really good pieces here. I like this Deep Bay pickup. AJ Griffin looks promising. John Collins is always in trade rumors, so we'll probably end up trading him away. We'll see what we need to do, but we are going to 100% put this team back on the map and in contention. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to choose overs or unders on your favorite players that you enjoy watching each and every day. It is available on mobile or desktop, and this is how it looks. They give you the number, and you're going to choose over or under on it. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine, whether it's soccer, NFL, NHL. They have a ton of different options. So this is how it works. You choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 being 3 times your money, all the way up to 6 players, 25 times your money. Prize Picks has just elevated my watching experience to a whole new level. So if you want to sign up, I also have some of my entries as examples here. That way you can kind of see how it works. But if you want to sign up, links in the description. Use code Crushables. They match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. The simulation for the rest of the season under Joe Prunty actually went pretty well. We got the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. So as you can tell, I gave Joe Prunty the job for the rest of the season. And then, of course, we'll be looking for a new head coach this offseason, unless if he just absolutely gets us to the Eastern Conference Finals, and maybe you could consider getting him the job or whatever. But 29 to DeJounte Murray, or 29 from Trae, 20 from Murray, 14 from Hunter, 13 from Collins, 13 from Sadiq Bey, 12 from Bogdan, and then 11 from Capella. So let's see how we do against Cleveland when we match up against them in round 1. Battle of some pretty good backcourt, so this should be a fun series to watch, but I don't think we beat them. Someone in the current round, and we actually, okay, never mind, we do beat them. We beat the Cavs in 6 games and move on to the second round. Can we get past Boston? I highly doubt it, but you never know. Someone like current round. When game 1, we actually pushed them to 7, but unfortunately, we did lose. Now, are the Hawks going to do that in real life? It's not looking like that's going to happen, so let's just pretend like we didn't go that far, because I am going to make some significant changes this offseason as the Celtics beat the Nuggets in 5 games. So, of course, the biggest step to the offseason for the Atlanta Hawks is going to be finding a brand new head coach. And one guy that Woj listed yesterday who I kind of forgot about was Quinn Snyder, which I actually think would be a really good hire. So, of course, he's not in 2K anymore. We went ahead and just, hired somebody and changed their name to Quinn Snyder just to make it look like we got Quinn Snyder as our head coach here in Atlanta. And I just need to sign my last staff spot. Now we go to draft night, and if we go take a look at what draft pick we have on draft night, because I'm pretty sure next year we don't have our own pick, but this year we do. And you're able to trade your own pick on draft night to avoid the step-in rule. So we're in a good spot there. Or maybe it doesn't start till, because we do have our draft pick next year, apparently, according to 2K. I don't know if I'm supposed to have that actually, but I want to make some changes here on draft night. I actually am looking at maybe trading John Collins away. Right now, we're going to have DeAndre Hunter and Sadiq Bey, who I actually do plan on keeping around. I don't know how much money he's going to ask for. He actually has a team option, so we're going to be able to bring him back pretty cheap. And we also have AJ Griffin. I think Sadiq Bey and AJ Griffin are 2 guys I want to get some minutes. We have DeAndre Hunter, of course, as well, who doesn't really progress that much in 2K, so I don't know how much I'll be keeping him. John Collins, DeAndre Hunter are 2 guys I'm looking at right now that I want to move, and maybe Capella as well to upgrade my center position. I want to make some significant changes here. I want to have a really good starting forward. I want to start AJ Griffin, I think, and then have Sadiq Bey be a really good 6-man for this team. I'd love to start him, but we'll see. If I can't find a better forward, then maybe he will start. But I am going to start making significant changes here in the starting 5. Trae Young and Murray are safe, of course, but if we can find some better, perimeter oriented defenders to add to this team to, show Trae, or just to kind of minimize Trae Young having to play defense as much as possible. That's kind of what I want to do here. And we're going to start on draft night. I have my first target in mind that I think makes a lot of sense to add to this roster, and we should be able to get some assets on top of maybe acquiring him as well, just because I think maybe you could make the argument that John Collins is a little bit better than this guy. And the guy I'm locating is Dorian Finney-Smith on the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets have had interest in Collins in the past. Of course, the Jazz have as well. If the Jazz had like Jared Vanderbilt, that'd be like perfect. But other than that, like, yeah, Walker Kessler, but I don't see they're trading him. They don't really have any defenders I'm trying to get on their roster right now. So I'm really, looking at Dorian Finney-Smith and then maybe trying to acquire something on top of that. So Dorian Finney-Smith for John Collins swap would be amazing, but obviously I would want more than just that. Adding Nick Claxton would be crazy as well, but that's just going to be way too unrealistic. So if I can just get like, so they have 11 and 13 in this draft. So apparently the Suns didn't make the playoffs, or I wasn't paying attention. So maybe I can get one of those picks for them. So John Collins for Finney-Smith and 13. Would they accept that? They want a first round pick swap, and then we offer a second, and they give me Patty Mills. Yeah, you know what? Why not? We get 2 draft picks on draft night. I like that. So now we're going to have 11 or 13, 13 and 24. They get John Collins out of the team. They're trying to still be competitive. So John Collins. And we get Dorian Finney-Smith, who I think is going to be an amazing get on this team to add to the perimeter defense and just be another nice 3-and-D wing player that we really needed on this roster. So I love it. DeAndre Hunter's not safe. Capella's not safe either. I'm not done. 13 and 24, though. I think I might just go ahead and draft. I think I want to wait till after draft night to get some other guys that I'm looking at. There's another forward I really want very badly because he progresses really nicely in this game. He's not all, he's not developed fully, but he is going to develop very, very nicely. So I do want him, and I'll show you who I'm talking about in a second. But let's just jump in at 13 and 24 and see what we can snag. So number 13, you got Jared Walker, Kel Ware. So a lot of decent options here. I am going to go ahead and take Kel. Well, I'm going to take I don't know. What do I want to do here? Chris Murray, Jared Walker. Do I want Kel Ware or Grant Dick? I guess I will take Kel Ware as a center. Even if I don't keep him around, he's going to be a nice rotational piece. And I'm also going to take Anthony Black here as well to add as a backup point guard. So there's going to be my first 2 picks. They may not stick around. I might trade them. We'll see. And we're going to grab the second rounder as well. So 75 and 75. Pretty good trade value if we don't keep them. Bogdan actually accepts, and then Garrison Matthews and Veet, we are actually going to accept both of those as well, because that's even more trade value that we can add. So qualifying offers, Donovan Williams, Trent Forrest, and now I want to go make some more trades. So I'm not done. Like I said, I'm still going to be making some more trades. So if I can go out there and make like a really good trade right now to get like another really good defensive player, that's what I want to do. I actually kind of want to see if the Chicago Bulls would accept a DeAndre Hunter for Patrick Williams swap. I understand I'm taking a lateral move here as DeAndre Hunter is the better overall, but he doesn't develop that nice in 2K. On the other hand, Patrick Williams will start developing like crazy. So I do want Patrick Williams. So I'm going to offer this. I don't know if they'll even come close to accepting that. They don't. So swap straight up. They're not feeling it. So I can offer one of the centers that I do have, Kel Ware. I don't know if I want to start on Kongwu going forward. He is a little undersized, or I would just start him. That way, I kind of want to have him continuing to come off the bench, but at the same time, eventually he is going to, I think I might have to keep him around. So Capella, I could throw in here as well, as they do need another center, but they're not going to be able to afford that. So Hunter, of course, is already making a lot of money, so they can't really get to that, and I'm sure if I throw in a player. Okay, so I could offer Jalen Johnson as well. They don't agree to it, which makes sense. Can I offer maybe like Garrison Matthews? That's where we start to get out of, we can't afford it. Okay. So let's say we offered, let's say like maybe Anthony Black has a little bit more trade value. They don't agree to it. Offer a couple seconds. I really want Patrick Williams on this team, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to get him. I don't want to trade AJ Griffin. I really do want to, part ways with DeAndre Hunter here and walk away with Patrick Williams if I can. I got to get, I got to find a way to make this work. So going to keep trying until I get this done. All right, the Chicago Bulls have agreed to my trade offer. We gave up quite a bit, but I'm so okay with it. We traded DeAndre Hunter, Anthony Black, 2 seconds, Jalen Johnson, Bruno Fernando for Patrick Williams and Alex Caruso. So adding Alex Caruso to the team, actually pretty nice as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. So now we have Alex Caruso as a really good backup point guard to this squad. So I'm going to move him to point guard. He does go down in overall quite a bit, which kind of sucks, because if he stayed as a good overall for the rest of this video, that would be amazing, because it'd be like the perfect backup point guard to kind of have come in and add some energy. But we got Bogdan still here, which I don't really want him anymore. AJ Griffin has that small forward spot locked into himself now. We got Sadiq Bey, Finney-Smith, Patrick Williams, who I love adding to this team. So we're probably going to start Patrick Williams and then have Finney Smith come off the bench, or we'll figure it out. But we have a lot of good wings, which is what I wanted. So now we have Capella at the center position, we have Okongwu, and we have Kel Ware. So I want to go ahead, and I think I am going to give Okongwu the starting center spot, because we are going to, and then Kel Ware could be the backup, we are going to have to pay him. So if we're going to pay him big money, I'd rather see him start and not come off the bench for us. So I do want to make one more trade. Right now, I think we have our starting 5 locked in at like AJ Griffin and Patrick Williams as our starting forwards, or one of these forwards. It doesn't matter too much. But my center position, it's going to go to Okongwu, and then I think Capella is going to be moved here. And then I do want to move Bogdan. I could keep him around, but if I can move Bogdan, I would. Well, we'll see. I want to make a couple more trades here, and then we can go into next season feeling pretty good. I might be sending Clint Capella over to the Washington Wizards for Johnny Davis, who has 2-star trade value. I'm going to see if I can squeeze a first out of them. If I do this trade, they want Patty Mills. That's a done deal. So at least we got a first-round pick and a young player in for Capella, which I feel pretty good about. We have Bogdan off the bench right now, Caruso, which I love. And then right now, we probably just need... Really don't need too much. I would rather just get some for Bogdan if I can. If I can get like a couple firsts for him, just because I think we could get some good value for him, I'm good. The Rockets are offering me a couple firsts. The Pistons are offering me a first, so you can have the Bogdanovich guys over there. The Lakers are offering me a couple firsts. I don't even know if they're able to. The Jazz. So just one of these was going to work out for me. I mean, the Miami Heat also offered me a first-round pick for Bogdan. We took on Duncan Robinson's horrible contract, which eventually becomes an expiring. So you know what? I'm okay with that. We'll do this trade. Duncan Robinson won't be in the rotation, and we get a first-round pick. So we have our new rotation locked in. That took a little bit, but I actually like where we're at. So we have Trae Young, Caruso. We have DeJounte Murray. We have AJ Griffin. And, of course, we're going to move one of these forwards to small forward. We have Okongwu and Kel Ware as our center. So I'm going to move, I think, do I want to move AJ Griffin or Saddiq Bey to small forward? I'm going to go ahead and move Saddiq Bey to the small forward spot, and then we're going to have Patrick Williams probably start, or Finney Smith, whichever one, and we'll figure it out from there. But now that we haven't even touched free agency yet, but I don't think I'm going to be touching it. So we've made all of our trades. We made a lot of different moves here, but we got a pretty good, interesting roster with a lot of switchable wings, which is what I want with Trae Young as my starting point guard. So we got Patrick Williams up to a 78. Adrian Griffin is developing. Saddiq Bey is up. On Okongwu. So we got all these young forwards. Eventually one of them is going to pop. Johnny Davis up 2 overall as well. That's another player that could maybe add something to the piece or to this puzzle. On Okongwu, 81 overall. So we may not be contender just yet, but I do like where we're at as a roster. And I think with Trae Young leading the way, this team is easily going to be in the playoffs. With just, you know, obviously eventually we're going to make that home run move to get like a really, really good another 3rd star here. So rotation is going to be Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Saddiq Bey, Dorian Finney-Smith, Okongwu, AJ Griffin, Patrick Williams, Alex Caruso, and Kel Ware. I really like it. I might actually run a 10-man rotation. That way Johnny Davis can get some minutes as well. That way we can have him develop a little bit. He becomes a trade asset later on if he shows off a little bit. So like where we're at, like I said, Dorian Finney-Smith is a really good starter next to Trae Young and Murray. Saddiq Bey, if he can pop off a little bit, that's great. Okongwu is going to be the starting center. So I like it. Hopefully Okongwu develops like crazy. All these guys, very young roster. Let them develop. Eventually, some of these guys are going to have to be paid. That's the only issue I have right now. Other than that, though, this team should be a lot of fun this season, and hopefully we make the playoffs. John Moran wins MVP. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year. 6-man goes to Brogdon. Giannis, Offensive Player. Garland, Most Improved. And Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. Brendan Harrison is your executive. So, All-NBA first team. This is what it's looking like. All-NBA second team and All-NBA third team. Trae Young does make it. You guys missed it. I didn't end up showing it, but I tried to acquire Anthony Davis at the trade deadline. They were selling and he was available. He wasn't untouchable, but I threw in everything I possibly could, and the Lakers would not say yes. But if I would have gotten Anthony Davis on this team, would have been perfect, but unfortunately, it didn't make the final cut because, like I said, I couldn't pull it off. But man, I almost got him. It just, they never accepted. They actually ended up making the playoffs, though, so I guess that's why maybe they're like, oh, we'll turn it around. But whatever. Player stats, 31 from Trae Young, 23 from DeJounte Murray, 14 from Saddiq Bey, 13 from AJ Griffin, 9 from Okongwu, 8 from Patrick Williams, and then 7 from Johnny Davis, 6 from Dorian Finney-Smith, and 6 from Kel Ware. So I'm really disappointed because we're going to have so many contracts we have to pay this offseason. If I would have been able to flip some of these guys into Anthony Davis, would have been perfect, but unfortunately we're just not in that position right now. So now we get to play the Boston Celtics. We have a pretty good up-and-coming roster, like I said. Still pretty young. The lineup's going to stay the same. I'm actually just going to run a 9-man rotation. It is good that Johnny Davis got a little bit of momentum this year. I don't know what he averaged. He averaged 10 minutes, got like 5 points, 7 points per game. Okay, we'll take it, but we're going to run a 9-man rotation and see if we can find a way to upset Boston here in round 1. I like our squad, but we're not quite there just yet. So might turn around against Boston, and we are going to get swept. So not ideal. Again, man, the Anthony Davis trade would have been perfect. So I would have pulled that off. I think we're winning a championship this year, but they just would not say yes. The Cavs going to win a championship. They beat the Grizzlies in 5 games, and now we have a huge offseason ahead of us. LeBron James does retire. I would love to revisit the idea of getting Anthony Davis. I just don't know if I'll be able to pull it off. Honestly, we actually might have like so many expiring contracts that we might be able to just sign him outright. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off, but number 1 goes to Utah, and then we have, as far as everything else is concerned, the Kings actually kept their picks. I believe it was lottery protected, so they got the 8th pick. The Jazz number 1, Magic number 2. Staff's going to stay the same. We're not going to change this too much. I guess we need to hire a couple guys. Other than that, though, I will see you guys in free agency. I don't think we even have a draft pick, so we'll just see you guys in free agency. We actually did have a draft pick. KJ Evans is the pick. Player options, we got Alex Caruso. We got Garrison Matthews. I'm actually going to decline Alex Caruso, and then I'm going to accept AJ Griffin, of course. But we have so many free agents this offseason. Like I said, I think it's very possible that we could sign Anthony Davis outright. Murray's a free agent as well. So if we look at our cap space situation right now, he's got an offer. $14 million. So we're still not there yet. And one thing that I might have made a mistake on is taking that Duncan Robinson contract on, but I think we can find a way to flip it and get rid of it. I'm going to attach Isaiah Todd to it, or Johnny Davis. Actually, I'm going to attach Johnny Davis to him because he did show out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try to flip him and dump this money. That way we have all the money in the world. So the Thunder are trying to offer me a couple of first-round picks. I think that's a little too steep. The Thunder are going to be doing me a favor here. So if I can get like a second or a couple seconds for Johnny Davis, that's fine with me. I don't need anything, expensive. So I don't want to go too crazy and finesse the system. So we got that done. Finney Smith also is someone I'm very interested in. Anthony Davis, we have $9 million in cap space and so many free agents to worry about. So Murray would be a free agent. Unkong would be a free agent. Sadiq Bey, Patrick Williams. So I would love to walk away with Murray, Unkongwu, or Murray, Anthony Davis, and like one of my forwards. That's what I want the most to happen right now. So I don't know how easy that's going to be. If we look at the other center options that we have a Claxton, who's going to be a little bit cheaper. He's unrestricted, so no offers right now either. So he could be perfect as well. But Anthony Davis right now is looking like the best guy that I can snag. So I'm going to try to snag Anthony Davis here. Don't know if I'm going to have his number 1 offer. We don't. So can't get Anthony Davis. Claxton would be the next best thing. I'm going to offer him a deal. If the Nets aren't going to sign him back, I'll take him. He would be the perfect center to add to this team right now. So that would be the Unkongwu replacement, I guess. So I'm going to sign Nick Claxton. We do have to renounce Murray, which I don't want to do. We're going to try to renounce everyone else. So I'm going to renounce Caruso. Patrick Williams, can I not renounce him? Sadiq Bey, if I renounced him, I'm going to try not to renounce Murray. It's not looking like I can do so. So we have to make some very drastic decisions here. So Garrison Matthews, I could keep. Sadiq Bey, I can keep. Unkongwu, or it's going to be, wait, can I keep Unkongwu? Murray, I have to renounce. That's so unfortunate. Okay. I don't want to renounce Murray. I have to do everything possible not to renounce Murray and sign Claxton. So I think the next thing I got to do is I got to flip Dorian Finney-Smith out of here and save this money as well. The Bucks are offering me 2 first-round picks. I've seen Robert Covington go for 2 first-round picks, so that's fine with me. We'll go ahead and do that. So just like that, that should give us the ability to keep Murray, and we're able to keep Sadiq Bey. Can I keep Patrick Williams? No. I'm going to have to go with Sadiq Bey. That's fine. Sadiq Bey is going to have to be the guy we choose. So we're signing Claxton, choosing Murray and Sadiq Bey as the guys. Anthony Davis is going to go to Toronto, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. This is a decision we got to make. So Claxton, welcome to Atlanta, and then we should be able to sign back Murray and Sadiq Bey, and then that's going to be what we're choosing. So DeJounte Murray, he is also unrestricted, so I took a huge risk here by waiting this long, but no one's given him a good offer, so we're pretty good there. So DeJounte Murray, I'm signing. Does it make me, I was about to say, does it make me renounce Sadiq Bey? Sadiq Bey wants a bag. That is a crazy bag. I'm not sure I can give that to him. And then, yeah, we lost everyone else. So definitely kind of sucks. We lost what we did, but I think we'll be fine. Kel Ware going to be a nice backup center. We need Sadiq Bey back, and then we're going to need a backup guard. So let's, Jose Alvarado is kind of perfect. Caruso would still be perfect as well, but I'm going to sign Jose Alvarado, and it's going to still make me try to renounce Sadiq Bey, and I'm not going to do it. So Jose Alvarado, and I got to wait on Sadiq Bey, who is wanting a bag, and I just can't give him that much money. $26 million is crazy to give him. So I just got to wait. And once he comes here, that's going to be great. Can I sign a forward like Kenrich Williams as well to this team? Let's see. I'm going to give him a 1 year, 2.5. I can sign him. So that's going to be more depth out of the team. So overall, we kind of went from having all these forwards. Dude, the Anthony Davis, not getting Anthony Davis at the deadline killed me. Like, it absolutely just killed exactly what I was going for. But it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose some. So Trae Young, Jose Alvarado, DeJounte Murray, AJ Griffin, Sadiq Bey. You're going to have Kenrich Williams, Isaiah Todd, Kel Ware, and Claxton. I'm going to be moving Sadiq Bey to the forward spot. Power forward spot is going to go up in overall. So that's going to be our starting forwards. It's going to be AJ Griffin and Sadiq Bey. I wanted Patrick Williams to be something, but unfortunately, I had to go to get a different center. So yeah, maybe I should have just signed everybody back and just rolled with it that way. Maybe that would have been the best decision to make. We'll see, man. Definitely tough. If I could have got Anthony Davis, I'm going to keep going back to that. Anthony Davis would have been perfect if I would have been able to snag him. At the end of this season, we ended up as the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. So if you take a look at it, you had 33 from DeJounte, or 25 from DeJounte, 33 from Trae Young, 18 from Sadiq Bey, who's stepping up into a really good role here. AJ Griffin, 14. 9 from Claxton, 7 from Alvarado, and then 6 from Kel Ware, 6 from KJ Evans, and Kench Williams also. So not too shabby. I mean, I don't know if we win a championship this season, but I think next year is when we really should be trying all in or nothing. So hopefully, maybe we find a way to win it this year. I do like our lineup. AJ Griffin should keep developing. Trae Young and Murray's a really good backcourt. Claxton was a really good get. But yeah, I almost wonder if I should have just signed everybody back and kind of roll with what we had, because I gave up so much depth just to sign Claxton. I don't know if that was really worth it. So I'm going to current round against Philadelphia, and we are going to beat them in 5. So at least we move on to round 2. We don't get eliminated in round 1, 28-15, but we take them down, so that's good. But now we get Cleveland, which of course is the ultimate powerhouse, and they have Chris Middleton and OG. I have no idea how they pulled that off. Shout out to them, though. Game 1, we're probably going to get swept here, but we do win by 4 in game 1, 26-12. 59 from Trae Young. Okay, Trae Young, if you want to, carry us to the play or to the finals, I'm cool with it. But they do go up 1-2. We go up 2-1. We're up 3. Are we going to beat Cleveland here? No way, right? We're not going to beat them in 5, are we? Okay, but now we get to play Toronto, who signed Anthony Davis, of course. So they did lose their point guard depth, I guess. They have D'Anthony Melton. Their backcourt's kind of but their front court is absolutely amazing with Scotty Barnes, Siakam, AD. I mean, we have a chance here to get to the finals. I did not expect to be this far, but hey, here we are, and we might be able to make the finals here. So game 1, down 1-0. Front court is just way too good. Can we go and even it up? We cannot. 3-1, and they're going to beat us in 5. Okay, giving myself one more offseason to figure it out. Shea, Anthony Davis, finals VPs, and you're going to have the Thunder go on and win a championship. But yeah, this offseason, I got to make the biggest moves possible to put this team in contention. If it's not going to happen, then we just probably aren't going to win a championship today. On draft night, I'm trading KJ Evans and Jose Alvarado for a first-round pick and Naz Reid. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself a legitimate backup center. Although we have Kel Ware right now, I don't know how much he'll develop. And if he doesn't, I'm kind of screwed in that spot. So Naz Reid is going to be my new backup center. I'm going to try my best to put this team in absolute contention, like I said. So that's going to be our first move of the offseason. We only have a couple seconds now. So let's go straight to player options and see what we can do here. So we got AJ Griffin and Kel Ware. Welcome back, of course. And then qualifying offers, got nothing. So free agency, going to be big one. So go take a look at free agency. We got Sadiq Bey as a free agent, Isaiah Todd. I'm going to have to sign Sadiq Bey back. Like, I don't really have a choice at this point. So the fact that he wants it back, he's going to get it this time. And actually, he played pretty good. So I think this time it's actually warranted. So I'm going to sign Sadiq Bey to his contract. And then right now we're locked into what we have. So how are we going to get better from this position? That's a good question. But now we have Trae Young, Murray, AJ Griffin. It's going to all rely on these two developing. That's really what it is. So Naz Reid, we have Kel Ware as a trade piece. And then we're going to have Elliott Kane. So that's my only thing I can do. So the next thing we can do here is we can trade Kel Ware and Elliott Kane and see what pops up. Marjon Beauchamp, Kyle Anderson, Jake LaRavia, Nikola Jovic. 2 first-round picks. I need rotational pieces here. Andrew Nembhard, actually kind of cool to add him to the team, get Dylan Mitchell on top of that. So we could probably do that Andrew Nembhard trade to give us like a legitimate backup guard. So I'm probably going to do that trade. Andrew Nembhard, we do have to trade it first, but at this point, I want to put this team in a good position as possible. So Nembhard, if I move into point guard, he does move up, but doesn't go up in overall. So we have him as our backup point guard, and now we need a legitimate wing. 2 wings, actually, if we can snag some. So I saw Terrence Mann, which I do like the idea of. We got Lonnie Walker as well, who actually could be a legitimate backup piece. So I'm going to go Lonnie Walker off the bench. Love the idea of him. And then can I sign one more? LeVert, kind of perfect. Got like Otto Porter. So Malik Beasley, love it. Malik Beasley, legitimate, nice. So 2 Lakers there. And then I can still sign LeVert as well. Apparently to a minimum. Sure, why not? Let's get as much depth as possible. So I think I messed up when I went all in on Claxton. I think I got so upset with not being able to get Anthony Davis. This is what we're going to be rolling with. So it's all going to rely on AJ Griffin and Sadiq Bey. Can you guys develop into like 85s here? Got 84 and 83 and then 80, 78. So our big 3, we're going to have to rely on them quite a bit. Got to these conference finals last year, and these 2 have developed a little bit, but not crazy enough. So Maybe at the deadline, we can make like a swing home run hitter move with Sadiq Bey's contract. Other than that, we got this last season here, and we'll see if this ends up turning into anything. So at the end of the season, we ended up finishing 51-31 under the 4th seed in the playoffs. Now, I almost made a desperate move at the deadline, but Sadiq Bey was playing so well that I feel like I couldn't justify it. 18 points per game on amazing efficiency, 43% from 3. Like, I really couldn't trade that away. So Sadiq Bey, I was thinking about really weirdly adding Bam Adebayo to this team. I don't know how that would have worked, but it would just been an overall boost, and hopefully that would have pushed us in the, championship contention. We'll see if this works out for me or not. Claxton and Bam Adebayo would have been an interesting front court, but we're rolling with what we got. So if we don't win here, it's a GG's. We get the Orlando Magic in round 1, who have Fultz, Vucevic, Paulo, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Keontae George. Of course, the Magic always have themselves a stacked squad with how many assets they have. But yeah, let's see if this ends up panning out. Sadiq Bey up to an 85. We got Murray, Trae Young. Team kind of stayed the same. And let's just see what happens. Somebody current round against Orlando, and we beat them in 6. Thankfully, we didn't get eliminated in round 1. That would have been very, very unfortunate. Now we get Cleveland again, which we beat this team last year when they looked incredible. But they added Brandon Ingram. And how do the Cavs always have these like good teams? I don't understand. Clay signed for a minimum. Yeah, that's great. Ingram. How do they have money? Are you serious? $7 million. When is Ingram ever going to sign for $7 million in his prime at 28 years old? Like, are you okay? You know what? Honestly, just eliminate me here, because that is ridiculous. I'm okay with getting, yeah, just bounce me out here. 3-1. We're going to lose in 5. Can we beat the 4-6 game 7? Let's see. Wait, no, we lose in 6. Okay. You know what? GG's to the game. Today, honestly, was not my best work. I'm going to admit that, but I'm going to upload this still. And I will admit that today was not my best work. I think I made a huge mistake by going all in on Claxton. That was really stupid of me. I should have just kept everything we had, and maybe would have been in a better position, honestly. Probably could have had a Kungwu maybe developed. He went to the Hornets. I don't know if he's developed into anything. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I take my L here, and you know what? I lose to a Cavs team that had Ingram with $7 million. That's fine. Hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Thank you guys for watching. As always, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.